Fortunately for ToJo, he's got a hidden... Does anyone ever think that the forge is kind of like a foot or like a shoe? I mean, there's the leg, there's the shoe. Unfortunately, though, Mr. TNT is going to see it. I want to call him Tindy Trumpet. I'm going to call him that. Real fast, Tindy Trumpet. Mr. Frito here is doing a very good job staying alive in the game. He definitely got hit really hard, but his production facilities are largely unhit. He should be able to come back to the game pretty well, while ToJo's been completely eliminated, except for a Nexus. And yeah, he's got queued up 5 workers, so unfortunately, right now it's more of a 1v1. And while Dras has better units in general, since Hydralisks are pretty good units against Gateway and Immortal, he really needs to get Hydralisks, or not Hydralisks, Colossus. And with this Observer, he should be able to see that. Please tell me he's going to open a Robox Bay. Ha! Map packs. Let's take a moment. Let me look at the mini screen there. I don't see any blues, so I guess you just got lucky. Or, you know, teching up, which is dangerous, but also wise to do. We've got a quick engagement going on here. Good surround, perhaps, I think it's interesting that Immortal's shield's activated against Hydralisks. They attack so fast, it doesn't matter. Like, hard shield, hard. Got some reinforcements coming in to help out. Dras doesn't look too hot here, but Hydralisks are still great units, and a little bit of mismicro there on Mr. Frito's part. Poor. Okay. What do you dream about, Mr. Immortal? I dream of death. Currently, I think ToJo only has a Warp Prism, which could be used most effectively for scouting and giving his Hydralisk view of the high ground. I hope they have shared control right now, too. A lot of players will go for shared control, and while it is somewhat effective, there's times where having 2 people's brains on something is more helpful. Of course, generally, shared control can't be detrimental. It's just giving you something else, unless you misclick something. Got another robotics facility going down. Must have expanded, which I had missed. I apologize. Fully saturated. Missing the chrono boost quite a bit, but that's okay. Extended thermal lance and a Colossus. This will be really key here. If Dras goes for the kill over at Mr. Frito's, he'll still be doing well. If he goes for the kill over at TNT's base, however, he could do a lot of damage. Just try not to let your unit sit idly for a long time. It's just not very effective. He's got so many Hydralisks, they should be killing things if they can, or at least used for scouting, which Hydralisks aren't very good for. Zerglings, however, are. I like using the word however. However is good. I like bananas. Bananas are good. I think Mr. AoxomoxoA should take a note out of my friend Project Fox's book and always build a single Overseer. They're very helpful, especially with Protoss and their stupid little whatever they're called. However, this is a very interesting moment here. I think TNT's in a lot of danger. Even a single Colossus may not be enough. The extra side given by the Warp Prism, if it was here, could be really helpful. But with a little bit more focus fire and control, the Nexuses are great targets, but when you're currently behind like this, hitting the buildings, the ones that make units, would be more important. Unfortunately for Dras, he's got a lot of slow, Hydralisks, and they're going up the ramp. He needs to try to take advantage of the high ground. Ooh, needs to focus fire that. If he can focus fire it, just get rid of this tab again, it's in the way. Unfortunately, excellent micro by both players isn't going to be able to. Dras isn't going to be able to keep up with this micro. Oh, good shot though. Actually, he might be able to do this without some blink. He might be able to do this. Make sure that when you're in a tight spot like this, you walk forward and then tell him to stop. Otherwise, you'll just needs to focus fire, my friend. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough. He's building up too much minerals. What he really needs to do right now is just make as many Zerglings as he can. Like, try to make, I don't know if he's got time to do this, but in a base hatchery, a ton of Zerglings, and just push with them immediately. Of course, Colossus will destroy them, but since one just spawned, odds are you won't be seeing another one right away. Did I look at the wrong places? No, they're about the same anyway. Lots of buildup of minerals here, not very effective. Usage of it overall, but that's okay. Still a lot of love. I got a whole lot of love. And I'm not a Marauder. Marauders are OP. Stupid. Let's see. Mr. Frito here has been given time to come back in the game, which is always bad. Like I said in the very first cast, that traitor Raven, everybody thinks some hatred. You should try to kill a player off 100%, as I did at ToJo. Well, Dras had hit TNT really hard. You're still fighting a 2v1 game, even if it's, you know, like 0.7 plus 0.7 versus 1. You still got a 1.4. And I like math, in case you guys hadn't noticed, with all my blabbling about you know, flocks him. You're like, look guys, it's 1.4 blocks of mutilus. You're like, shut up. It's dumb. Just call him 14 or whatever it is. Look guys, we got like 0.85 groups of hydralisks here ready for the attack. Fortunately for Dress, in this position with so many minerals, he could actually afford to triple expand and try to come back. I was doing that thing on the mini-map again. We'll just do it like this. He could afford to triple expand and just try to take over this part of the map. Might have a bit of engagement here. Unfortunately, he just got the high ground and the Zelnaga watchtower. He won't be able to get us around. This is a very bad spot to be in to attack. Should just move on by or try to get us around later. Thankfully, he seems to have noticed. Unfortunately, though, he's got two Coloxen. Who complains about that shit? Two Colossus coming to back up. Colossus are the most effective unit to fight off Hydralisks. And so, unfortunately for him, he's currently in a very bad spot. Luckily, but probably something he didn't notice, is he could really benefit from... Why can't I just click on one of the damn larvae? Benefit from a Corruptor or two. Corruptors are impressively amazing against Colossus. Having 4 would be enough to easily snipe that. These Stalkers wouldn't be enough to snipe them fast enough. And with killing those Colossus, he might have enough for a counter push. Because currently his opponents are kind of massing up. Ooh, kind of macroing up, I mean, not massing up. Got it. A couple Phoenix here. Doubt they're going to be that important to the game, but they could help out. They could help out if there was some Corruptors. I was just checking to see if... It looked like he was down here. I'm like, what happened to the army that was up here? And unfortunately for Grass, he's getting his Overlord snipe. Not a position any Zerg player wants to be in, even if it does take like 100 shots. 1, 2, 3. Tell you guys the truth, I think a single Void Ray is better for Overlord sniping than a couple Phoenix, but of course Phoenix do a lot more than just... Okay, I'm gonna cut the crap. Phoenix suck. No, they can be used effectively, but when it comes to anything but Mutalisks, they are, as most Protoss units, counter units. And for what they usually do, Void Rays usually do just as well, and less micro needing. Fortunately, I don't think Dress is going to get the 2 shots off on Team B. He's going to get 1. The second one, a little bit of miss micro there. Just going to hang out. He's like, hey guys, what's going on? Just going to hang out over here. Dress is currently messing up to a 124 army, which I think he could beat if he wasn't so well fought against with these Colossus. And he sit up for a moment. Make sure players, friends, just never underestimate the power of a Corruptor. Those are very, very good units and an important niche in the Zerg army. I mean, Colossus are so good against Zerg units in general. Get a Nidus, friend. Get a Nidus. Oh, he'll use his War Prism. Colossus are so good against most of their ground units, but using the most effective unit to fight them, which is a Corruptor, I keep forgetting their name, even though I do know what they are, honestly. Using a Corruptor would be effective, and at this point in the game, he should have been able to take up to Tier 3 units. I think should have been a problem to get to Broodlords, which... Who doesn't like Broodlords? They're kind of containing right now. Taking advantage of Drass's over-defensive status here. Doesn't have too much of a choice, but when your opponents are kind of fighting tooth and claw every last unit, you should really try to take advantage of that. Got some Zerglings going from scouting or just to die, I suppose. Just going to get shot down. Poor Zergies. You're going to be able to scout in here. You're going to see the Templar Archives and the High Templar, which could play an important role. However, with the Colossus already out, that is the big HC. It's like, duh. Look at the range of that probe. It has like infinity range, you know, except for the SCVs. Let's shoot magically. Okay, so we got an engagement going on here. Could be really important. Unfortunately, some miss micro on Drass's and my part. If you notice, I scroll down a little too far. Needs to just snipe out those units if he can. I don't know. The Zealots are definitely in a good spot right here, slowing him down. Needs to just focus fire each unit individually. I think it's going to come out pretty tight, but then you still have Mr. Frito in the background there. Jesus, it's like... Hi, I'm a Colossus. Oh jeez, 25 kills. It just shows how good they can be. 25 now. Mr. Drass, I think you're dead, my friend. I think you're dead, my friend, indeed. And now he's getting... That would be speed, right? Because these already have the ability to carry units, since that is not an upgrade. Or, yes, he's getting it here. He's going to try to do a drop, apparently. Interesting choice. A Niastorm would have been more effective, although ToJo should be saying everything he can, things that may be common knowledge, like, oh, he's got a Colossus over here. Just, you know, using the units that you have as the last player alive is very important, and make sure you send those extra stuff over. I'm sure Dras would appreciate it, even if he is macro failing a bit. Hello, Corruptors. A little late to the party, my friends, but that is okay, except for there's 8 of you now.
Feel the power of the squid. We will squid you.
We require more Squidwards.
Squidward.
Now I'm drawing on. Fortunately, not using the corruption ability. However, corruptors now don't start off with the ability to do it right away, which is a slight of a nerf. Luckily for Dras, he's going to be able to snipe that Colossus, but these stalkers just sitting here are kind of dangerous. And of course, now we've got Mr. Frito here making a push to join with his comrades in a final push for Aya. Actually, it's more like the final defense for the Swarm here. And while these, some good transfuse micro there, it's very good. GG, I was hoping he'd keep going. He's like, no, I will not die. But anyway, both players played well. Should have harvested ToJo for every last drop using the Warp Prism and, of course, the extra minerals. Make sure if you're in a 2v2 and you die to send it out. And I guess his opponents are just going to be mean and not GG back. You are moving my units. What's fucking me all game? Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense. Oh man, Dras was mad. That's okay, Dras. Maybe you weren't mad. I still love you though. I love all you guys. If you're my sub, I love you. Unless you're Terran, then it's probably like a love-hate. I love to hate you, and I hate to love you. Hello, Void Ray. Why are you so weak? Why are you so serious? Well, guys, hope you enjoyed watching that cast, and I appreciate you subscribing to me. You should click that button because it's good for your life. Thank you.